And Tony Ortega, at one point was really sort of sucking up to me because I was sort of the attention of a lot of media, and he wanted to get his media cred. And he flew all the way down to South Texas to my home, and he had just got fired from the Village Voice, which he had sort of converted into this anti-Scientology platform for 2 years. And at a rare moment where he had a motive to be somewhat candid, he told me about the circumstances on which he left the Village Voice. And the circumstances, he said, this can't go anywhere, but what happened is that the Village Voice had been accused, and in fact had been factually been investigated by law enforcement, of human trafficking and promoting the child sex slave industry by its back pages ads. And he told me that, Scientology had been exposing that, and he said the problem is that Scientology was more accurate than anybody thought, and that in fact the Village Voice was almost exclusively financed by that human trafficking operation, and that there were profits beyond that. And so the owners, now that Scientology was exposing it and law enforcement was investigating it, decided they had to get rid of Tony Ortega because he was just obsessed with Scientology, and he was keeping their focus on him and their operation, so they needed to get rid of him. And so in order to do that, they and to extract his cooperation in keeping quiet about what he knew, which is interesting because, of course, he's the first guy to accuse anybody who doesn't go after Scientology as being bought off, right? He literally agreed to cover it up and obstruct justice for a payout of essentially a 2-year buyout deal, where they paid him enough where he could literally do nothing for 2 years and go out and write a book on Scientology so that he could begin with some foundation of credibility upon which to continue his career, which he had turned into trashing Scientology.